let's clear up health. Nebraska Lawmaker says patients report pharmacists wrongly denying gender-affirming medications. A Nebraska lawmaker says her office has been contacted by families who have reported some pharmacists are wrongly refusing to fill prescriptions for gender-affirming medications for their transgender children, citing a new state law limiting the ability of anyone under 19 to get puberty blockers or gender-affirming hormones. Omaha Senator Megan Hunt sent a letter to the state chief medical officer, Dr. Timothy Tesmer, asking him to inform all Nebraska healthcare professionals, including pharmacists, that the new law specifically allows minors who were already receiving those medications before the law took effect to continue that treatment. The law, often referred to by its bill name of LB 574, also bans gender-affirming surgeries for trans youth under 19. It took effect at the beginning of the month. Tesmer, who was appointed to the post weeks ago by Republican Governor Jim Pillen, released a set of emergency regulations until permanent regulations could be adopted, which is expected sometime after a public hearing is held on the final draft in late November. Those emergency regulations came after families, doctors, and some lawmakers said they had largely gotten no response from the department when the regulations would be in place. However, Hunt's letter shows that parents and patients are still being denied prescriptions essential for care that were prescribed before October 1st, 2023. Well, I just think it gives people an excuse. You know, you have this new law now, and it's like they don't want to get into the specifics of it. It's almost like, well, the new law says, and that, you know, there's almost like a grandfathering in for youth that had already been prescribed, so it shouldn't be affecting them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's, you know, I think anything to give people the excuse to give us trans community a hard time. I mean, you know.
Well, although I think it's deplorable that the law is even in effect, you have to understand from the pharmacist's point of view that if they give the prescription to the wrong person, they could lose their license. Yeah. So the thing is to get the information out there so that the pharmacists can give the right people the information.
And me being the devil advocate, I'm going to say, well, doesn't the pharmacist have a record of the prescriptions that were dispersed prior to the new law?
But they might not know that that's part of the deal.
The worst part of it to me is the fact that people are writing laws that are against the medical community's advice, that are against what medical professionals do. And I wish they would just get rid of all these stupid laws and let these discussions be between a patient and their provider, and people mind their business. Why are you in other people's doctor's appointments? Telling them what they can get and what they cannot get, and telling medical providers, for pharmacists, anyone, what kind of job they can do.
You notice
you're not trained in that.
They never
you're
say
just
that
a politician.
Viagra is going to be banned anywhere.
Thankfully.
Most of them probably need a lot more Viagra.
Yes, they do.
Well, and as I recall, we've covered Senator Megan Hunt of Omaha before on the show. She's the mother of a teenage trans son. And I think Nebraskans are lucky to have such a dedicated advocate looking out for them. So keep it up, please.
Yeah, these laws need to be based off of medical facts, not of your religious bias. And that is the issue. We're not all the same religion, and at some point we're going to realize that and go by that. Maybe not soon. Maybe by the time I become an adult and
well, you know,
your guys' age.
Freedom of religion also means freedom from religion.
Exactly, but they don't realize that. They're not acting
don't.
on that. It's based off of a Bible that not everybody believes in, and it's insane. Let people do their thing medically. Good.
You don't have to have a. You don't have to to have a transition. You don't have to have an
I don't
abortion.
want one.
No one is forcing you to have one.
Exactly.
But leave other people be.
I like when they
Get it.
say they don't understand it. It's like you don't have to understand.
You don't
That.
have to understand.
That is not
Exactly.
required. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with anything.
You don't have to understand anal polyps to know that they need
Exactly.
And listen, it's quite interesting. The group that says less government want to control
the government.
everybody's
Wants
business.
to govern.
Come on.
All in
Yes.
everybody's.
Yeah.
It's always been that way. With
Gus.
Hypocritical.
Yes.
All right, back to beauty. Me.
Yeah.